Dawson's Rambles.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Ryder here, coming at you today with a little bit more Cosmic Fury news, as well as a bit of a rant discussion at the end, as something else dropped yesterday, and as usual, there's been a lot of fandom drama surrounding it, and just honestly a lot of needless negativity around Cosmic Fury, which isn't exactly new news, but it's really spiked out of control on Toku Twitter and whatnot recently, and I wanted to talk about that. But first, let's talk about what we actually saw, which was this mysterious Zedd-looking robot-like helmet that was posted on Instagram that people are, of course, flying off the handle over because, you know, there's this general, I guess, early reviews are in, guys. Leading critics that have not seen Cosmic Fury say that it's going to be a bad show. Like, people are already writing it off. So, like, the idea that this wasn't appealing just kind of set that over the edge, that the show's going to suck because of this. I'm tired of the idea of that because you don't like the design, the show's going to suck. I mean, have we not all experienced, like, decades now of, like, Sentai and Rider scans where the show's written off before we even see it because of the aesthetics, and then you might end up liking it? Like, that just... Anyway, like, this helmet admittedly doesn't look the best. It's hardly the worst thing I've seen. I mean, as of right now, as of when I'm recording this, we don't know exactly what it is. I mean, obviously, it's going to be seemingly tied to Zedd somehow, but we don't know if it's like a robot upgrade he gets. Is it like a Zedd robot form that he fights or creates? Is it maybe some sort of weird Zedd robot henchman? We don't know. I suppose it doesn't matter what it is in regards to people not liking it, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know if he'll take on... I can't imagine he'll take on that form the rest of the season, which is what I think a lot of people are thinking. I could be wrong. Literally all I'm thinking of just for this is speculation, but they spent all the effort to recreate a new version of the Zedd suit for effectively a handful of Dino Fury episodes, which is why, like, even though I had mixed feelings about it, I'm like, okay, it makes sense, you know, if you're going into this final season and you made this suit and you only used it for about, what, 4 episodes, maybe 5? Then you use it for the whole season for Cosmic Fury. So I can't imagine that after that they would throw that away for this. Who knows, maybe they will. Regardless, though, my thoughts on it is it's not that great looking, but it's not the end of the world like people are making it seem. It's the same thing with the Cosmic Fury suits. Like, I like original stuff, you know, so I have a general affection for it. I'm very intrigued by it, but I'll admit they're not my favorite thing, but I'm not going to act like they're trying to murder the entire universe just because I don't like the designs. And that's the thing, there's just been so much needless negativity at Cosmic Fury. You don't have to like it, guys. You don't have to be excited. I understand certain criticisms, but it's really gone from just being critical to being, like, needlessly douchey and negative about it. And I think there's also been a common criticism recently, which is not new news, about them criticizing the promotion for Power Rangers. Fans have been criticizing that forever. It reminds me of, you know, complaining about the hiatus as if it didn't happen every year. It's like every year it was the first time the hiatus happened. So we just keep doing the complaining loops. Everyone on Twitter keeps complaining, then I complain about them. It's a loop. We're on loop. But I mean, let's talk about the lack of promotion though. I mean, I feel like I sit in the middle here. Like, I think that there always is two extreme reactions when it comes to any argument on the internet. There's never like a level-headed, middle-of-the-road perspective. It's always like one extreme or the other. So like when you talk about this or anything regarding Power Rangers, it's either you're a Hasbro shill and you like anything, or you have to hate Hasbro and think they're the enemy of humanity. And I feel like I sit in the middle in the sense that I agree there's been a lack of promotion. I think in general, not just about Cosmic Fury, there's been quieter promotion and they could be doing more, but I don't think they're doing absolutely awful. They're just doing kind of like the baseline level, bare minimum promotion for a product. You know, it kind of reminds me of that line from Garrett in Superstore in the Black Friday episode, which you should all watch, by the way. It's amazing, where he just says, I do the bare minimum, but I don't do less than that. And that's kind of the way I see it. I mean, because it's the 30th anniversary year, you know, just hyping up Cosmic Fury or anything else, they probably could be doing a little bit more, but everything they're doing right now is pretty much expected if you've like followed any other franchises. Like, every franchise is going to have its own different way of promoting, but I've seen a lot of franchises have basically this level of promotion where it's relatively quiet until maybe about the month or so, give or take, before it drops. The season, you know, you get the trailer and you start getting a little bit more promotion. Like with Once and Always, of course we suffered the same problem, fans squawking and complaining about that promotion, but it honestly, the way Once and Always, like, promotion and cycle went down exactly the way I thought it would, where they were just kind of quiet until about like a month before we got a trailer. They tweeted about it a few times. It got pretty much the expected amount of coverage in the news cycle in terms of sites that did reviews or articles and YouTubers reacting and all that type of stuff, and then it went away. And that's the same thing that's going to happen for Cosmic Fury. I'm not saying they couldn't do more, but I don't think they did less than the minimum. And it's like, again, I would like to see more, but it's honestly fine, and people are acting like they're trying to bury it. and it's just not a very level-headed perspective. I mean, right now, Cosmic Fury is going to drop in the fall, so like maybe it would be nice for them to occasionally remind you it's on the way, maybe tweet out some press photos being like, coming this fall or coming soon, Cosmic Fury, and just a photo of them on the deck of their ship or something. But otherwise, it's kind of early still before we get it, and we don't know exactly what month, presuming it's going to be in the fall. And that's another thing people will complain about is like, why is it taking so long? Why isn't Cosmic Fury out? It's like, with just common sense, ever since Netflix has had a contract with them, they've done 2 content drops. And that's the way you keep the cycle going. So like if they were to drop once and always and then the next month drop Cosmic Fury, there would be nothing to talk about or post for the rest of the year. This is how you keep it relevant. That's how lots of other stuff works, like Pokemon the series, which by the way kind of operates similarly. It's very different franchises to compare because Pokemon has so much more going on and so much more to talk about than their Netflix drops. But the way they drop the show is basically the same. They drop it in, I can't remember if Journeys drops in 2 or 3 chunks, but they drop it in predictable chunks throughout the year, and like they'll tweet like, hey, it's out, are you enjoying the episodes, or it's going to be out in a week, and that's it. And that's exactly what Cosmic Fury does. They don't then do like 3 months till, you know, Journeys drop, 2 months till Journeys drops. They're not doing like a hype cycle. Again, very different context, but I'm just showing you there's other examples of franchises doing this. I think people are acting like there's a vendetta Hasbro has against it. Again, I think I will never entertain the take that Hasbro's trying to kill the brand on purpose. That's a dumb take. It just would never happen that a corporation would do something like that on purpose in this way. You know, there might be somebody that doesn't do the best job or doesn't care about making the best product or wants to make the quickest buck, but, you know, there could be people in various productions of various forms of entertainment that are rooting for something they're working on to go down. But as a whole, I doubt Hasbro's like, all right, let's buy this so we can tank it. That's a dumb take. Just stop saying it. With all that being said, there has been a quieter level of promotion from Hasbro since they bought the brand. I think for the first year, maybe year plus, you know, it's hard to gauge time sometimes. But, you know, when they first bought it around the first era, they were a lot more vocal. They tweeted about it more. We did a lot more Fan Fridays. There was a lot more engagement and promotion. And they definitely have backed off on that because there's different levels of promotion. Right now, I would say the level of promotion and like stuff they do for the show is honestly just fine, base level what's expected. But for the overall brand and for the toys, it's definitely been quieter. It's not like they haven't been doing anything, but significantly quieter than when they started. We very rarely get fan first days anymore. I feel like we used to get them once every few months. Like, I feel like they were happening quite often. Because I remember going through the cycle of, oh man, they're doing another one, to, oh no, they're doing another one, the fan reaction, I can't look. Oh, but now we basically very rarely get them, and we don't get a lot of chatter and talk. They're doing a little bit less than the minimum of what they were doing before, which is noticeable. I don't know the reasons behind that. I know there was change in leadership and stuff like that. Maybe there was a little bit of negative backlash, because there was a lot of toxic comments and stuff that would always come out of those, especially around the Lightning Collection. So there's probably varying factors. And again, I don't entertain the idea that Hasbro wants to kill it or doesn't care, but I do think it's less of a priority than Transformers or whatever else they have going on, Star Wars, because that's Transformers and Star Wars. This is just Power Rangers, guys. I don't think that they are purposefully dunking it, but I think that it's less of a priority, and while I would like to see more done, and would like for it to be a little bit more of a priority, I 100% understand why it's not. So I don't get as upset about it. I think for me, the real test will be when the reboot comes, which I've been saying for years, but I think that'll be the true test of the era across the board. And also, just a side note, I think some people that are worried about the aesthetics for Cosmic Fury, I understand that. Honestly, I think that the show will probably feel roughly of the same writing quality as Dino Fury Season 2, but maybe look and feel a little bit strange. But I don't think it's going to be an indicator of how the reboot's going to look. I think they're going to go for much more of a professional Netflix original look. Something closer to the 2017 movie, that doesn't mean the designs are going to look the same. Let's face it, no matter what the reboot designs look like, the fans are going to hate it and praise the almighty Sentai. But I think they're going to look for something more professional looking. You know, maybe something like even closer to Blue Beetle's aesthetic? I don't know, but the point is, fans are probably going to hate it, but I don't think it's going to be like this. I'm honestly not on the Cosmic Fury hate train, but it would be kind of embarrassing if the Cosmic Fury suits were the Netflix Power Rangers reboot suits that are kind of promoted more like a Netflix original. So I don't think there's any concerns with that. But anyway, going back to my other point about the real test. I think that'll be the real test for the show, as I've said for years. of what Hasbro's real tone is like. Because right now, yes, Cosmic Fury is a little bit of Hasbro's own stamp on something, but in general, this is all carryover from Neo Saban. A lot of it was honoring past contracts, biding time for the reboot, dealing with delays. So we truly haven't seen what Hasbro PR looks like for the show. So that'll obviously be a test to know what their take is. But I think when the reboot comes out, that'll be the real test when I'm a little more critical. I'm never going to be like the toxic spewing that happens. It's like, calm down, guys. It's not that important. Like, calm down, Greg. It's soccer. I will be maybe a little bit more critical when that happens, because I think that will show me how much they care about making their reboot happen, how much that's promoted, how many, Fan Fridays do they do then. I'm not expecting the world to change and then it to get as much coverage as Transformers, but I think that will be the time to watch, is if they do a little bit extra effort in regards to engagement and promotion when the reboot era happens, in regards to not just the reboot, but any other Lightning Collection things they got going on, because I think that'll be the time to see if they want to put the effort in to try to make it happen. Like Fetch, which, according to leading scientists, never did happen. Sorry, Gretch. That's what I think. I think right now, it's kind of on autopilot. I think they just wanted to have some stuff for the 30th anniversary to have stuff, but I don't think they're as concerned about having hype cycles and engagement. I think if the reboot promotion in that era is lesser, I'll be a little bit more disappointed, but I think that'll be the time to watch it. But I think the people just need to calm down. It's insane to me that we're getting negative reviews before the show. We've not even seen a single frame. We haven't seen a trailer yet as of when this is being recorded, but we haven't even seen like a single promo image or anything. All we have is like behind the scenes photos and videos. So like, it's absolutely stupid and one of the most toxic things to basically put out shows or saying the show's gonna suck before we have seen literally next to nothing. Like, we could not have possibly seen less at this point to go off of. So again, you don't have to like it, but I think we all just need to chill. It's not time for the news yet. I think that we still have a good window before we should start hearing about stuff. They're still working on it. Let's just all try to be a little bit more balanced, guys. But I will keep you guys updated if there's any more Cosmic Fury drops and news. Hopefully some more stuff soon. I'm kind of shocked we haven't seen Fern's suit yet. It's weird that it wasn't on the Morpher, but I'm still excited to see what this brings. I'm very curious. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Do you hate this Zedd helmet? Do you think it is the greatest crime to humanity? Don't let me know that in the comments. We don't need that toxic, but just let me know what you think. But anyway, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps, ring that bell. See you get notifications for my videos. Dawson Ryder, signing out.